say. There is a chance that we can make it so far. We stop believing now we can be who we are. Greece is the word that you heard. It's got groove, it's got meaning.
Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. Welcome to Live with Kim. We are going to get into tonight. Do you have an emergency fund for car or even other bills? As a DoorDash driver, as a gig worker, I feel like this is really important. As you guys know, I've been on a safety campaign lately, and I feel like this is a good part of safety because it has to deal with your car, right? And I'm going to tell you what really sparked this conversation in just a little bit. But I feel like car safety, without your car, we don't work, right? Without your car, we don't have a means of transportation. Without your car, if your car is down, you are down. And that is part of safety, right? So, with that being said, I've been on you guys for a couple of weeks now and asking every single driver, do you have a dash cam? Because I feel like every driver should have a dash cam. Yes, I have been me personally. I use display ride, and that is I swear by it. I think it's fantastic. But at this point, like, I just want drivers to be safe, and I want you guys to have a dash cam. You might look at it and go, that's like a pretty big investment. And it is an investment. I'm not going to lie. It's an investment, but it's an investment into your safety. That's the way that I took it when I got mine, and the way that I look at it going forward. Because, if I ever get into an accident, I have it on camera. If a customer ever reports me not delivering something, I have it on camera. Like, I have a backup that something's gonna cover me no matter what, because I have it on camera. And I always say, if you guys are interested, that it's in the description of this live. But it really is that important. I feel so strongly that I want every driver to remain safe while you're out there. But kind of go hand in hand. Steve and I, Rideshare Rodeo, Steve talked to Bryant this past Monday from Legal Rideshare. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Tons of useful information. But I feel like the dash cam and the Legal Rideshare go hand in hand, right? Get in an accident, you have your video footage right from your dash cam, and then you call Legal Rideshare and you have lawyers that are able to give you free consultation, right? That's what they're there for. They're there to help gig drivers. And I get so many questions when I talk about Legal Rideshare. Is it only for rideshare? No, guys, it's for all gig apps, which is absolutely amazing. So if you are ever in a bind, I'm telling you, save their info. And I'm gonna actually put both of these companies up on the screen. So when you're watching this or you're watching on the replay, you can just hit pause and put all their information in the context of your phone. So right here, this is Legal Rideshare. Put their telephone number, put the email, legalrideshare.com, put it in your phone so you always have it. And then this is display ride. You want to make sure that if you're interested, the info is actually right on the right-hand corner, and you can go visit them as well. So, safety campaign. So, do you guys have emergency funds? That is the question. So, I know there's a couple of people in the chat right now. So, just real quick, let me know, do you guys have an emergency fund? And this can be an emergency fund for your car, an emergency fund for a bill that you completely forgot about, or a bill that was unexpected. Do you have an emergency fund? Go ahead, leave it right now. If you're watching the replay, you can put it in the comments. Okay, so started one very recently, and I have a fund for car. Okay. So there's a couple of you guys out here who's doing some funds. So the reason why this kind of sparked, and I think it goes hand in hand with safety, is I've been seeing a lot of delivery driver cars in donuts lately. I saw one literally broken down on the side of the road the other day. A girl that I know that's a delivery driver, she had a donut on her car too, and I said, "Oh man, I'm so sorry. Your tire looks like it had better days." And she goes, "Yeah, I just don't have money to fix my tire, so I'm riding around in a donut." And I'm like, "Oh my god," I'm like, "that donut's not gonna last too much longer." So, um, but I felt for her, but it really got me thinking. I'm thinking of all these delivery drivers lately that I've seen that like they're in some serious need of some car repair, and do they have a fund? The one girl that I was talking to, she didn't have anything. She was kind of dashing in order to get a fund for her tire. So that's kind of what sparked this whole entire conversation. So normally yes, but with the current cost of living, not security fund, I'd like to, will be replenished next few months. Yeah, I feel like every time, like, right, I feel like sometimes we're that, at least for me, like we're that movie Up, right? So have you guys ever seen the movie Up? I feel like that's life in general, right? You say they had a savings jar. If you guys didn't see it, they have a savings jar. And every time they would build it up, they would have to crack it open and use it. But that was their emergency fund. But I feel like that's life. I feel like that movie is so relatable because you save and you save and you save, and then no, you're gonna have to use it once again. But it this is kind of why I did. If you guys haven't seen it, I did a community poll. Was it yesterday or the day before? And this is on it to me, this is alarming, and I'm gonna tell you why this is. First of all, let me show you the results of this. So, oops, where'd it go? Gig drivers, do you have any emergency funds for bills or car repairs? 32% said yes. Overwhelmingly, 46% said no. 16% said a little, and 6% said what fund? So this is what scares me, and this is why I'm concerned, and this is why I think it's such an important topic to talk about. Is it's if you're doing gig work, it's not a matter of if something's going to happen to your car, it's a matter of when something's going to happen to your car. And even from me overdoing this, like for the past, what, 5, 6 years, I've had to change tires, I've had to change a battery, I've had to do brakes, brake pads, like all the general maintenance. And if I didn't have my car fund, I honestly, I'm like, I don't know how I would have had to pay. I would have been out of commission. I would have been off the road. I wouldn't have been making money. And I think that's what the important piece of this is, you know, I'm not even going to bring up taxes. I'm no tax expert, but I feel like at this point, we should all have the tax piece down pat, right? You go, at least for me, every single night before I come home or every single night that my thing ends. And guys, this is what this is all about. It's not about taxes. Taxes go without saying. But I go to the ATM, I take out the tax money, it goes into a separate fund. So I always have my tax money every single day put away. And I feel like we're good, right? That's one thing that's embedded in all of our brains, right? But what about that extra car fund? I feel like that's the piece that we're all missing. And me personally, every single night I actually take 5% of whatever I earn, and that is my car fund. You guys can do it a little differently. I do this for my Robinhood account, but it can work for a card fund as well. But you take one order, just one order every single day, and that's your card fund. It could be a $5 order, it could be a $7 order, it could be the first order you take of every single day is your car fund. But I just want everybody to be prepared because it's more about, like I said, not if it's going to happen, it is when it's going to happen. And I get life gets in the way, right? I feel like the pandemic really shone some light on a lot of this, right? I feel like a lot of people were prepared, a lot of people had savings, but that savings kept dwindling as it kind of went, as lockdowns keep happening, as people were out of work. It just kept, like, everybody's savings kept going down and down and down. But did we ever keep replenishing it? And that's the thing with even a car fund. So even if you use that car fund, what are you doing to replenish it? But if you have a plan in place, and it doesn't seem like it's a lot, right? One order. I'm telling you, just one order. One order. It just takes one order a day. It might not seem like a lot, just one order. And what I don't know about you guys, but in my banking world, my my checking and savings is together. I literally can just transfer, even if it's $5, whatever that is for the day. I transfer it right into savings that same day. Like, I don't believe in waiting until the end of the week. I feel like if you wait until the end of the week, it's put on the back burner and it's something you're always going to forget. But if you hold yourself accountable every single day, that car fund is going to happen. So hopefully, I'm hoping that I am a little bit of words of wisdom right now, and I'm kind of kicking your butts if you don't have a car fund, because it's it's really that important. I mean, even if you're a part-time and you don't have a car fund, that car is getting you back and forth to work. It's not just gig work, it's getting you back and forth to your W-2. If you're a full-time driver, you take away your car, you're not making any money. Like, that's how important this really is, right? 5% is not bad at all. $10 is better. I try to get, this is the thing. I always try to I make, at least in my opinion, for myself, I try to make realistic goals. And that comes with everything, right? I make realistic goals to my Robinhood account. I make realistic goals to my car fund, something that I'm going to be able to do every single day. So that way, like, I am not strapped and I'm not going, oh my God, where is this coming from? Like, I don't want to be that driver. That's kind of it. You don't yeah, I don't want to be a driver that makes bad decisions. I want to be a driver who makes good decisions, and ones that's going to be financially stable. I get asked so many times, what my opinion about, going full-time versus part-time, and whether they should or shouldn't. And guys, I can never make those decisions for you. I can never do that because I don't know everybody's financial situation. But the one thing I can tell every single person that is considering working more hours or even working full time versus part time and making that jump or your leap, the one important thing I'll say is really figure out how much is your cost of living, how much are all your bills realistically. And then also, you want to know how much you're going to spend on food, how much you're going to spend on entertainment, because these are things people don't factor in. But you also want to factor in Am I putting away for a car fund and how much I'm doing it? Am I putting away for taxes? So the way I look at it every single day, I'm putting more money away from taxes. I'm putting money into the car every single day for gas. I'm taking money out from my Robinhood. So how much money after I make, I'm making this is a complete made up number. If I made $250 after everything I take out, what is like my actual take home? And is that actual take home enough for me to pay my bills and survive and to live comfortably? And that's something that you guys have to think about when you're doing this. And I want you guys to think about it realistically. I feel like a lot of times there are drivers out there that just like jump into gig work without really thinking what is what is the real of gig work, and there is a real behind it, and the real behind it is the dollars and cents piece that you see. Okay, I can make x amount of dollars every single day, but you don't think about the money that needs to come out in order to pay taxes, to put a car fund aside, to pay, your gas every single day. You don't think about those things when you're thinking, I'm making X amount of money every single day. So I feel like I'm missing a couple of things, but so hopefully, I guess my point is, you guys need what everybody needs to do what they need to do to survive. Everybody needs to do what they need to do to pay your bills, to put a roof over your head, to whatever you're doing, DoorDash or any of these gig apps for, right? And I'm sorry, I'm kind of looking at your comments about a recession and stuff like that. And this really kind of hits home, right? Sorry. The mortgage company doesn't care about a recession. None of these bill companies care about what's going on in the economy, right? They only care about the bills or about the money they're trying to get from you. Like the mortgage company doesn't care, they just want their money. Your credit card companies don't care, they just want their money. If you want to keep the lights on in your house, they don't care, they just want their money. And I'll always say this, take another order. Uh, just keep taking orders. That's the only thing I keep saying is keep taking orders. We always complain about how bad orders are or how bad, how low the orders are, but I've never, by Anthony, I've never met a bill that doesn't say $4 isn't enough or $5 isn't enough. It really is. Guys, keep putting money aside. You never know when you're gonna, and talking about car fund versus an emergency fund, it could be like the same exact thing. How do you not know that one day you might be broken down on the side of the road and you might need a tow truck, right? You don't know that all of a sudden you have an unexpected bill that you weren't expecting, and you're like, oh my God, I have to pay for this. How am I going to pay for this? You have it. Before I started the gig economy, or if I even started in this line of work, I never believed in envelope stuffing. And now I feel like I'm an envelope stuffer because you just never know. And it's always good to have that rainy day fund. It's always good. I even have an entertainment fund in order to go to the movies or go out to dinner. Like I always have these envelope stuffing funds so that way I'm never dipping into the money that I need for the important things in my life. So for the emergency fund or car fund, like I said, I do 5% of whatever I make every single day. I just take 5%. So if it's making this up, if it's $100, 10% is $10, 5% is $5, and that's what I take. It's always just 5%. Like I said, you can do it by percentages, you can do it by first order. I've done that before. I was I was just talking about a Robinhood account. I used to, the first order of every single day was my Robinhood. It went into my Robinhood account, and the last order of every single day was my car emergency fund, and it went right in there too. So I'm not going to tell you how to do it. That's just kind of how I do it. So that way I'm always prepared for the unexpected because it could happen quite quickly. I mean, what was it, a couple of months ago? Yeah, maybe it was almost a year ago. I was doing a delivery, and it was a grocery delivery, and it was at a senior complex. And I went, delivered it, came right back down, got in my car, and my car wouldn't start. And I had another grocery delivery to drop off. So I had someone's like cold food, frozen food in my trunk, and I'm like, "Oh my god, my car." Like I didn't know what to do. So I had to call DoorDash and let them, because it was DoorDash grocery pickup for both places, and I'm like, "Hey, listen, my battery won't," it was my battery. I'm like, "My battery won't start. My car won't start. I don't know what to do." And they're like, "Well, can you get?" I'm like, "I can get there as soon as someone comes and helps me out." And at that point, I was waiting for my husband to come and give me a jump just to even start the car. And all of a sudden, I get a phone call from the customer. I guess DoorDash had called the customer and explained everything. But the customer's like, "Oh my God, are you in an accident? They told me you were in an accident." I'm saying, "No, I'm not in an accident. My car just won't start." Um, and yeah, I, finally, it's crazy. It was absolutely crazy. The customer really thought I was in an accident. I said, I explained to her, "No, my car won't start." And she's like, "Oh, okay." She was more concerned about my safety than she was about anything else. And I thought that was super nice. But in the meantime, there was this sweet lady who's like, "You're in luck. I literally just ordered on Amazon and it came in yesterday. It's in my car." It's like one of those starter kits where it's you can jump your car. And I she came to my car to my rescue and jumped me, and with that my husband showed up and the car got started. So I let the customer know I was on my way to her house with her groceries, and she goes, "My husband is such an idiot. He left his phone at home and he's on his way to get you because he thought you needed to jump." It was honestly, humanity for me was restored that way, that there really truly are kind people out there in this fantastic world. And this literally was an example of it. But still didn't fix the problem that I had to go get a battery changed. So right there, as soon as I got the groceries delivered, obviously I didn't turn off my car because I was afraid that the battery was going to die again. I went right and got it fixed, but I was able to get it fixed because I had a car fund. But, but yeah, like I said, like that's like a literally a prime example of literally, my mind just went blank. Like, literally, did you see, like, the thought just, like, went, like, right out right out of my brain? Like, the thought just completely went right out of my brain. I don't know what I was saying in that last sentence, so disregard it. Ugh. But yes, I see you guys, commenting, and yes, I'm sorry. Eh, the struggle is real right now, guys, and I am sorry, and I wish I could be a better economy for every single person. I'm just trying to help out as best as I possibly can and get everybody in the right mindset and get everybody making money in this gig economy. It's unfortunately it's a matter of really trying to find what's working, what's not working, and kind of the way I look at it is if I'm having a really bad day, even a bad month, I try to look at it positively and think, okay, tomorrow's a new day. I've got this. And oh, thank you. I feel like thank you. I appreciate you talking about this topic. You know, I felt like if I physically have seen so many drivers with broken down like this is literally has been in the past like 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Um, and me just talking to drivers, I'm like, if I'm seeing this, it has to be happening everywhere. And that's why I think it's really important for everybody. And that's why I thought it was important to talk about tonight and really get everybody in the right mind space and positively, I should say, in the right mind space. And yeah, uh, I get it. The economy is not the most fantastic right now. Gig work isn't the most fantastic right now, and I get the struggle. I completely get it. Only thing I can tell you is I can only talk for myself. I can't talk for everybody. Like I try to be the source of motivation to get you guys to go out there and work, go out there and take orders, go out there, try different apps, speaking of trying different apps, I we'll switch it up and we'll talk about delivered real quick. Oops, wrong one. Nope. Okay, we'll talk about delivered. I thought I had a white version of delivered. We'll talk about delivered real quick. If you guys haven't signed up for delivered, it might be something you guys look into. I talk about, all these apps going across niches and just really trying to figure it out. But, if you're willing to do catering, I know some of you guys are part time. A lot of it is during the daytime, but there are some catering on the weekends as well. So don't overlook something just because you don't think you can do it during the day and you might just be a nighttime or weekend driver. But you might want to look into delivery. I've had a lot of success. Bubba Sue, you had one today. That's fantastic. I have one tomorrow morning, which I will be live streaming, so you guys can join me if you're up early tomorrow morning. Um, but it just might be another good source of income. Will I say? Will I think it's a good app to add into your mix that might add to your day. For me right now, it's not something that is like full time work. It is steady. It's not overwhelmingly a lot for at least in my area, but I love delivered. I love the orders that come through. Um, I feel like it's okay to not take orders if I don't agree with them. And that's kind of, to me, they're one of the most transparent out of all these companies. They're probably one of the most transparent companies out there, especially when it comes to pay. So we have a whole bunch of you have one as well. I don't think Food Fetched is in my I think I looked into it, Soda. I don't think it's in my area the last time I checked. I'll have to check again. These apps change so quickly and so often, you just really never know when it's going to happen. And that's the thing, I'm looking at hey DM, they are not in my area. They told me to check back in 90 days, and that's the thing. When I signed up for delivered, I signed up for them, I think like 2, maybe even 3 years, maybe it's 2 years ago. And when I signed up for them, they weren't even in my area yet. And I signed up and finally they came into my area. I've also heard that there is some wait lists going on. I can't control wait lists. I'm sorry, guys. I know a lot of you guys think that I can. I can't control any wait lists. Hence, Amazon Flex. I think I'm on 2.5 years at this point. I might even be on 3 years with Amazon Flex at this point. So I'm not immune to wait lists, just like you guys are. I know, but sort of. Can you look into it for me if Food Fetches in New Jersey? The last time I checked, it wasn't, but if you can check for me, that would be fantastic. Would kind of save me some work. Um, okay, yeah. Send me some info, but soda, and I'll look at. You know me. I'm always looking for new apps to use, new apps to try out. Um, you never know. That's the whole thing with all of these apps, right? You never know how any of them You just luck not in Jersey. Sorry. I tried. Um, but you never know. You never know how any of these apps are going to perform. You never know which one is going to give you the most amount of money until you try it. That's the way I look at it. You can't knock it until you try it. Yeah, I thought that was the case with Food Fetch. I looked into it maybe about God, think it was like 2, maybe 3 months ago, and it wasn't in New Jersey, and I was all disappointed because I know Butsoda, you do fantastic on it. Nope. Same thing with Zifty. I have Zifty. I'm signed up for Zifty. It's just not in my market yet. Josh, you're coming to NJ tomorrow. Really? I won't read the rest of it. But yeah, you're coming to New Jersey tomorrow. That's awesome. Um, so hopefully, I know a couple of you guys, school is starting, I think, in the next like week or so in some parts of the country. So hopefully things will kind of go back to normalcy. For me, schools don't start until after Labor Day. So I have a couple more weeks before school starts. So I know a lot of times um I get so many comments about, "Oh my god, I can't wait for school to start." For me, I can't wait for Labor Day to start because all the short people go back and, like, life kinda goes back to normal around here. You are too kind. Kim is one of the hardest working, nicest drivers I know. A real hustler. Well, thank you. I think it's only by Philly. It's not by me, that I can tell you. I signed up for Zifty, and the only orders I get are Manhattan, Brooklyn, Bronx, everything that's over bridges. So right now around me, Zifty is not available, but I haven't tried it in maybe about a month or so. So once again, you never know which ones might come soon. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it was around, like, Philly area, Holly, Cherry Hill, like, that area. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hopefully, they will expand soon, right? So, like, the more opportunities you get, the more money potential that you can possibly have, you know? I think there was a comment the other day, and don't ask me what video it was on a recent video, and it was like, "What do you do when DoorDash isn't giving you any orders?" And my response was, "Is multi-app. Never wait around for an app to not give you orders, to not make your money." That's the only thing, that's the biggest piece of advice I can give anybody. Don't sit around waiting. If an order comes in, take it, because if your wheels aren't moving, you're not making money. Yeah. But if an app isn't giving you orders, move on to the next one. I'm dropping all kinds of wisdom today, aren't I? But oh man. But see, that's by New York. You saw some pop up for Newark. It's yeah. Not yet. Not yet. Hopefully soon. Hopefully we can get some other catering apps in, right? I feel like we're kind of limited in this area, at least in New Jersey, to catering apps, which is really, it boggles my mind a little bit if you really think about it. We're a busy state. We're in the tri-state area. We're a hop skip to Philly. We're a hop skip to New York City, and yet we can't get catering apps to come into New Jersey. I don't get it, but I don't know the logistics behind it. Chris from Delivered will be on Tuesday live with Kim in a couple weeks. Maybe we can ask him some behind the scenes questions regarding the logistics about New Jersey and how catering actually works. Yeah, I have delivered that. I did one today. Um, it's spotty. It's very, very sporadic and very spotty. For me, it's not consistent. I wish it was more consistent because I enjoy working the app. I just don't get enough of them to really make an impact on it. But anyway, so that, if I can leave you guys with one thing. And also, while we're here, there's 14 people here. Don't forget to give this live a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Um, Best way of helping this live and helping this channel. Well, one of them. Um, but guys, say put money away. Build it up. It might not, like, even if it's $2, even if it's $3, it might not seem like a lot right now. But think about 30 days, think about 60 days, think about 6 months from now. I usually even start around this time. Usually I start around September. Holidays are right around the corner. You might not think about it, but holidays are just right around the corner. Are you saving to take Thanksgiving off, to take Christmas off? Are you saving to buy Christmas gifts? It's just another thing to stuff an envelope with. In these next couple of weeks, start a Christmas fund as well. Start. That's the only thing I'd say. It doesn't hurt to start today, because you never know when you're going to need it, and save for tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. So, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for being here. Hopefully, you got value out of this live. And if you did, give it a thumbs up. And I will be live tomorrow morning at, well, I think around like 8:15. I mean 8, well, but it's for 8 o'clock. So probably a little bit before 8 o'clock, I will go live. So you can join me tomorrow morning. Trying to think of where I'm at the rest of the day. Roundtable this Thursday at 9 p.m. And I will be doing a reaction video again to the this week with Legal Rideshare on Fridays. So check that out as well. I have a video hopefully dropping tomorrow. So look out for a new video coming out. And God, I think that's it. That brings us to the end of the week. Busy week ahead. So guys, thank you so much. Don't forget, if you're driving, stay safe out there. Go check it. Go get a dash cam. Go contact Legal Rideshare and go sign up for delivery. And guys, that's it. I will see you guys in the next video or the next live. Bye, everyone.
Start believing now. We can be who we are. This is the word that you heard.